I'm a 30-year-old woman living in a large city in the South. Good job in sales, homeowner, dog owner, yada, yada. Dating has always been a struggle for me because, for whatever reason, it's hard for me to connect enough with someone that I want to take it further. I guess I'm picky. All right, that's okay. Fast forward to my current situation. I started seeing a guy about a month ago. We met on Hinge. He's 35, and I thought things had been going really well, hanging out 2 to 3 times a week. And he always initiated and made plans. On our 5th or 6th date, we discussed kids. He doesn't think he wants them, and I think I do. But I'm not 100% sure. I've often wondered if I truly want them or it's just been ingrained in me to assume that I do. For the record, his Hinge profile says open to kids. Mine omitted that prompt altogether. See, to me, that's her being more honest than him already. You can't say open to kids on the app because it'll get you more matches because women are looking at those things. You know.
Yes, 100%.
Mine omitted the prompt altogether, which is more honest. We left the conversation a little unresolved, agreeing that maybe it was premature that early on, and that we both thought this could be something serious so we could address it later. Fast forward again. We had a date on Saturday where he walked me through his new home that's under construction. We went furniture shopping for it, went out drinking with his brother for the rest of the day, then went home, made dinner, and spent the night. I mean, that is how a married couple hangs out.
Right.
After dinner, we were watching Theo Vaughn videos on YouTube, and I lightheartedly asked if he was going to come with me to the Tom Segura show in our city in January. I bought tickets months ago. He made what I found to be a hurtful joke about that being presumptuous. So we went to bed and things felt a little weird. We woke up, had sex, then I felt like he subtly rushed me out of his apartment after that. I chalked it up to him having to leave town that day to go see his family about an hour and a half away. I didn't hear from him much that day and started to spiral, but talked myself into thinking I was being paranoid. There is no way that little conversation could have turned things around in such a drastic way. We chatted Sunday evening, and I mentioned to him for the second time that I'd be leaving town early this week for a wedding, so we only had Monday through Wednesday to hang out. He didn't make plans, which is unlike him. Monday rolls around, and I told him, and I told myself not to initiate conversation and see if he makes a plan. 8 p.m. and nothing, not even a text. So the attached text exchange happens. All right, let's go to the text. You be I'll be her, you be him. So I'm blue.
You're blue. Okay.
Are you phasing me out?
It's not that. I just know we left things a little weird, and I've also been thinking about the kids thing and not sure where it's going to end up.
I don't really understand why the Tom Segura conversation got so weird, to be honest. I thought we agreed this could go somewhere, so I didn't think it was weird to ask. My feelings were hurt by your reaction, honestly.
I know. I was just messing with you, but I get that it's not funny.
Well, you say that, but I've barely heard from you since that conversation, so I'm sure you can understand why I'd start to think maybe you were serious.
I get it. It's just made me think if I want or if I'm ready for something serious.
Well, like 2 weeks ago, you kind of said you were open to that. So you're saying you just don't want something with me. Look, I really like you, and I thought this was going well. So can you just be direct with me? Because I feel a little blindsided. I thought we had a good weekend together.
We definitely did, but I'm just not sure I'm ready for something more.
Ever? Did I pressure you in some way? You introduced me to your brother and took me to your new house, and we went furniture shopping. Felt like we were ready for something until Saturday night.
I know, and I had fun, but I just have a weird feeling I need to step back. I'm not sure I see something long term, and the kids thing has a lot to do with it.
Ian, the kids thing is an excuse. I don't even know what I want yet, so how can you know what I want? Don't blame that. It isn't fair. If you're just not into me, then that sucks, but fine.
I do struggle with that, and I think you know you want them, and I'm almost sure I don't. And I do like spending time with you, and I have had a lot of fun, but I'm just not sure I see it going somewhere long term.
Okay, so that's the conversation. Let's get to her questions. She writes, my question is, am I just batting out of my league? To be completely honest, I haven't felt something this strong. My question is, am I batting out of my league? To be completely honest, I haven't felt this strong of a connection with a guy in a few years. And it feels like every time I do feel strongly about someone, I get cast aside before it can really turn into something serious. I'm really struggling with this one for some reason. I liked him a lot, and I'm hurt that he would make a decision like that without trying to have a more serious conversation with me about it. Is the kids thing an excuse? Was he just not that into me from the start, and I completely misread everything? SOS spiraling. Sorry for the lengthy email, screenshots, and Hinge profiles attached. She brings up, am I batting out of my league? There's no such thing.
Right.
The idea, everyone has taste, everyone has a type, everyone has who they're into, and it's a weird puzzle piece situation. So the idea that you're a lesser puzzle piece or he's a greater puzzle piece is just ridiculous. I understand why she says that, but that's just not the case. I mean, I'm looking at pictures of him. I'm looking at pictures of her. They look like they would be brother and sister. So like the idea, like I don't think she did anything wrong. Ray, what do you think?
I agree with you. I don't think she did anything wrong. However, there's a few things going on there, and I could again just be making a lot of assumptions just based on what she said. She usually doesn't ever want to get into anything serious. She's very picky. That's fine. And then whenever she does like someone, she says it doesn't work out, right? So it's possible that deep down, she's really afraid of getting into a relationship, okay? And is always choosing people that subconsciously they're no good for her. I did this throughout my 20s. I deep down didn't really want to be in something. I might have said I wanted to, and I always ended up choosing people where I knew there was a major flaw there that wasn't going to work either for them or for me. And it's possible that's happening here. And I'm just reading into this just based on what she said.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, the other thing is, Jared, I mean, he answers her question at the very end of the first screen of the text, when he says, it's just made me think if I want or if I'm ready for something serious. Right there, that's the answer to everything she's wondering. And she's hoping, I think, to get a different answer out of him, or at least make him stand up and say point blank, look, I'm just not that into you, or I definitely don't want kids. And by the way, I do think that he said he's open to kids, either A, to attract more women like you suggested, or because maybe if he feels like he meets, quote unquote, the perfect woman, he would have a kid with that woman.
Yeah, and the quote unquote the perfect woman is just whoever it happens to be for him at the time that life was right and whatever.
Yep.
I agree with what you're saying as far as this is tough because she's asking for answers from him when she should be the one giving answers about herself. Like, and listen, I've been this guy. You've been this guy. This guy is doing everything. He is not thinking into everything is just fun and games. Meet my brother. Come to the furniture store. Sit by a fire at my house with a glass of wine. Wear this wedding ring. Just joking. He doesn't, none of this is consequential to him. If you guys end, his brother's going to go, what happened to that girl? I really liked her. And he goes, it just ended. We didn't want kids. And the brother's going to go, okay, cool. How's Tinder? There's no consequence for him. I think if she didn't make any mistakes, but if any mistake that she made is, hey, if I, to bring up the brother after the fact, I agree with her. Those seem like big moves. He obviously didn't see them as big moves. So, hey, if I meet your brother and go furniture shopping with you, I'm going to feel really in this relationship. And that's hard to do. This is easier for us to say in retrospect. But you have to say hey, this matters to me. I'm not going to go meet your brother unless I'm in a serious relationship. I'm not going to meet your brother unless we're committed to each other. We've had some really serious conversations about babies and about lifestyle stuff, and it seems like we're connecting, but we're kind of still hashing this out. But I can't have. And again, he has a right. The idea that he's using the kids as an excuse, I do believe that, but he does have a right to go. This conversation made me think 10 years from now.
Right.
He wasn't thinking 10 years from now when he went to the furniture store and having you meet the brother. He did have to think 10 years from now when you said to him, hey, or 2 months from now. He wasn't that. I mean, that's the most important information. She mentions a concert or a comedy show 2 months from now, and he freaks out. He was thinking a week from now, not even 2 months from now. Sure, he mentioned babies and whether he'd have kids or not, but he didn't even think of that in relation to you, and that's not personal. That's not because he didn't like you. So you're now having him answer a question that he doesn't know how to answer. You're saying, do you not want to be with me? And he's going, no, I like hanging with you. I have fun with you.
Right.
And he can't even answer that question.
Right. And it is possible if they continued hanging out, it's very possible that 6 months from now, let's say, he could suddenly be like, holy shit, I'm crazy about this woman. This is the woman.
I'm in it. I'm enjoying it. Oh my God, it's happening. But they're literally like, she is on business meetings and he is on casual drinks when they were going out. She's like, we've gone out 2 to 3 times a week. And it's like, and this happens a lot. Like, it is not, it may seem like you guys are having the same business meeting, but he's on a free vacation that he got because he might do a timeshare. Like, that's how guys date. Like, they're on a timeshare vacation that they got for free, and they'll listen to your business pitch. Yeah, maybe I'll get a timeshare here. And you're there because you need to make rent by selling the timeshare. And that might not sound like a great metaphor, but that's what's going on. Like, this guy, he's dancing in the streets. He's having fun. Meet my brother, sure.
Right. Yeah, sure. I mean, he's sitting tanning by the pool, and you're upstairs, decorating picking out chairs for the ballroom.
Yeah, you're putting down chairs for the meeting where you hope that he'll sign up for a 2-week, thing from 2 months from now for the Tom Segura show in 2 months. So it's like, the minute you brought up, hey, can you sign this contract, was the minute he was out. So you didn't lose him because you slid the contract across the table. He was at a timeshare meeting the whole time. Right. But he wasn't thinking about contracts. The minute he had to sign was the minute he opted out, and it's not about you being not good enough or whatever. It's him being in a totally different mindset than you. Yes.
He's renting and you are ready to buy. Very different,
Yeah.
And Jared, I looked at his profile. He's a very handsome guy who's a professional musician. And, again, not to judge a book by its cover, but maybe, I don't know, if he's good-looking guy, always has gigs, maybe he's meeting all kinds of women. I don't know.
I think he plays the guitar and he does other work.
Oh, okay.
But but guitar dude. Oh, my dream job he writes, if my dream job if money didn't matter is professional musician. So he would if he could. And it's like, there's a little bit of Robin Hood going on here. He half went for his dream, and now he's like, well, I can't have kids because, like, what if someone sees me at the local saloon?
Right. I think his profile does kind of jerk women around. I mean, if he's saying, he's opening kids.
Here's the major difference. And I guess she sent her profiles, and the pictures don't matter, but the prompts do. Yeah. Okay, it's a Hinge profile, and one of the prompts literally says, for him, my dream job if money didn't matter, professional musician. And he's still playing music, okay? Let me go to her, and then another prompt of his, the sign of a great first date, he writes, we get a second drink. He's thinking of music and second drinks. Okay. Right. Now let's go to her prompts. Ready?
Yeah.
She writes, the one thing I'd love to know about you is what's your credit score? Okay. She's looking for credit scores and whether they can get a mortgage together. And he's talking about another Casamigos on the rocks. So this is like, to help make her feel better. It's not about you. It's about the things you're looking for.
Jared, she says point blank, I want someone who, and
wants
she wrote,
to see,
wants to see Tom Segura with me in January. So this clearly was a big deal to her from day one,
Yes. And it's just interesting because it's interesting because it's like she wants to blame that it's like, out of her league, and that's all ridiculous. The ridiculous thing is You're in two different worlds looking for two different things, thinking about two different things. He's not even thinking of the things you're thinking about. Even though you're having the conversation, you're talking about a timeshare, but he's just saying, let me get through this conversation so I can go sit at the beach on this free vacation.
Don't forget to like the video you just watched. I have many more. Subscribe to the channel right now. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, you fool. There's even a bell you can click to. Now you've got your week set Monday through Friday. I'm here for you.